Good morning. All right. I'd like to welcome everybody out to the Tennessee College of Applied Technology Practical Nursing Ceremony for pinning for our Blount Memorial Hospital nurses. My name is Noah Duncan. I know it says Vice President Andy Smith. He could not be in here, so I'm just going to fill in. I am the Coordinator of Finance and Business Services here, and I have an honor and privilege of serving on the administrative team here at TCAT Knoxville. And I'd like to welcome everybody here. Very glad that you took the time to honor these nurses. They've worked very, very hard. It's a grueling 12-month program, and if you talk to them, they can vouch for that. There's a lot of long nights, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of tests back to back, and we're very proud of these nurses. So I'd like to go ahead and kick this over to our one of our nursing instructors, Miss Kristen Arnold.
Good morning. My name is Kristen Arnold. Standing beside me is Miss Michelle Anderson. We're the instructors of the Practical Nursing Program at Blount Memorial Campus. In just a moment, each student will be pinned with a special nursing pin that is designated for our Practical Nursing Program. It's a unique and special commemoration where the nursing community recognizes the clinical competence and the completion of coursework of the student nurse. So I want to say a number to you guys, 1,296. Do you know what that represents? Hours, yes, that's how many hours you spent either in the classroom or in clinical. In doing so, you guys have completed 18 nursing courses. So congratulations on all your hard work. The pinning of nurses goes back to like the 1860s where the Nightingale School of Nursing started recognizing nursing students when they got to a certain point in their education. And at that time, it recognizes that these students will join a profession of selflessness, hardworking people that give to others and sacrifice themselves and their time. So as I call out the names, Miss Anderson, our lead instructor, will pin each student and welcome them into the nursing profession. Our first student is Haley Brewer. Shonda Castillo. Kelly Calandro. Roxanne Cooper. Samantha Earhart. Tyler Friend. Shauna Gallion. Abigail Harbin. Micah Hawkins. Sarah Hobbs. Courtney Mashburn. Angela Miles. Gabrielle Traylor. Lastly, Eric Wallace. Oh, wow. This was great. I'm very proud of all of you, every last one of you. You look good. Next, we will have Mr. Joe Newsom, who is a registered nurse and the Chief Nursing Officer for Blount Memorial Hospital. He has worked there since 2018, and in his role, he is responsible for setting patient care standards and ensuring his nursing staff practice in an environment of respect and support. After earning his bachelor's degree in nursing early in his career, he also earned his master's degree and licensure as an advanced practice nurse, specializing in critical care nursing in 2002. He is board certified as a clinical nurse specialist, nurse executive, and a fellow of the American College of Healthcare Executives. In 2022, Mr. Newsom retired from the Army Reserve Nurse Corps after 36 years of service at the rank of Lieutenant Colonel and commander of an Army Reserve field hospital. Prior to coming to Maryville, Mr. Newsom worked in many key leadership and bedside roles in Chicago, Illinois. Starting out as a nurse's aide and a firefighter, an EMT, he worked his way up to the director of nursing in a large hospital system in Illinois. Mr. Newsom lives in Blount County with his wife and 3 children.
What a great day. Who agrees? Right. I wish to extend a very warm and well-earned congratulations to you, all of you, our graduates. A very warm thank you to our TCAT faculty, especially Michelle and her team, for their commitment to our profession and commitment to you all, our students. For you, our graduates, the hundreds of hours, how many hours was it? 1,206, right? Of time spent in class, hundreds more in clinicals, hundreds more studying on top of those thousands of hours, right? Have finally paid off. You made it. Congratulations. It's hard to work in healthcare, regardless of our specialties, right? It's particularly difficult to be a nurse. And it's particularly rewarding to be a nurse. Being a nurse means you always give more of yourself than you think you can possibly possess. It means you always care, even when you feel like you could not possibly care anymore. It means you value life and the unique traits that make everyone deserving of respect and dignity. Nursing means you care for others when they cannot care for themselves. Truly, each of you have chosen the most noble of professions. Every day, each of you drove by easier jobs on your way to class. Every one of you could have taken a different turn in the road, opened a new business. You could have worked on Wall Street and been rich. You could have worked in a back-breaking trade hundreds of feet up in the air, and yet you still chose something harder. And I have to pause sometimes when I hear myself saying those things, and I have to ask myself, what in the world is wrong with us? Why would we do that? And the next thing that comes to my mind is really what I want to say is what is very right with us that makes us choose that harder path? And the answer is always much easier than the choice. It's because we care and we know that we can make a difference in someone's life. When that someone is sick and alone, you will be there. When that someone is hurt and needs to heal, you will be there. When that someone is faced with life-changing decisions and can't think past the next moment, you will be there. We need you. And each and every one of you have answered that call for need. I am blessed to be able to serve the healthcare needs of our community for almost 38 years. I love being a nurse. I love what I do. My wish for every single one of you all is to love what you do, love what you are about to do, and make a difference in someone's life every single day. I want to thank each of you for choosing the harder path, the noble path, the caring path, because if you didn't do it, if nurses won't do it, who's going to do it? 2.5 million of our neighbors, our families, call East Tennessee home. On behalf of 2.5 million people, thank you and congratulations.
I solemnly pledge myself to God and in the presence of those assembled here to practice my profession faithfully. I will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty, I will endeavor to aid the physicians in their work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Very good. Next, we will have closing remarks by our President, Kelly Cheney.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today? It is absolutely my pleasure to extend a hearty congratulations to the first practical nursing class of 2024. You've made it. You've done it. So I'm going to refer back to something that our esteemed colleagues said a few minutes ago. 1,296. Let that sink in. That's a lot of contact hours. And if you took those hours, coupled that by 3 hours a day, homework study, you think 3 hours is fair? Or is that conservative? Fair? Conservative. Well, you've certainly put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and lots of hard work to make sure you are achieving your goals to become practical nurses. But we don't get there alone. We don't get there without the support of family and friends, amazing instructors, and community partners. So I'm looking out in the audience, and I'm guessing that there are some family and friends out there to support our students. So who do we have with us today that are parents of a graduate? Oh, wonderful. Would you please stand? Let me see you. Wonderful. Do we have spouses with us today? Stay standing. Spouses? Significant others? Children? Grandchildren? Aunts and uncles and family and friends. So you may be seated. So my point to you is this. In the middle of all of this planning and studying and getting ready for a fantastic career, it takes your family and friends to help support you along the way. So to those of you in the audience, I can't say thank you enough on behalf of our institution, TCAT Knoxville, for what you have done to support our students this year. Thank you all very much for doing that, and thank you for being here today. The one thing I do have to say to students is that wherever you go, whatever you do, nursing is a great career, and your impact on the world does not stop as you go into a healthcare setting. I can tell you my own story in healthcare. I can tell you some of the great things that a nurse did for me, and I am no healthcare professional. I am just one of those people who, because of a nurse, changed a life. So I'm going to tell you, if you'll just bear with me a minute, about my story and a story of someone I know. You see, my friend Chrissy, she was a single mom. She had 2 children, 1 4, 1 2. The 4-year-old is brand newly diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic. So my friend Chrissy, during that time, she also became a single mom. So it was my friend Chrissy who was doing all of those things to make sure her children were healthy, juggling a home, juggling medical care for a disease that she knew nothing about, with a 4-year-old little girl who was taking, at the time, 7 insulin shots a day. 7. So my friend Chrissy, actually, she had one of those moments where something just wasn't right. So she's doing the classic. She's in her minivan, 2 little ones in a car seat. Take a good look over the back, and you see the 4-year-old diabetic is completely unconscious. And the good thing about that situation is that Chrissy happened to live near a teeny tiny rural hospital where everybody knew everybody. So Chrissy swings in the ER, and she's carrying this lifeless 4-year-old daughter, to be honest. And the first person she meets is a medical assistant. And a CNA happened to be standing there who knew them. And they're rushing to get help. It was a practical nurse who picked up her daughter, took her straight into the ER, and literally handed her to the doctor. That was a pivotal moment for my friend Chrissy, because you see, doctors are important. We wouldn't be here today without them. But the crux of medical care is in your hands. The comfort of the patient, the comfort of the family member, the ease of mind that you have to do to make sure a patient stays healthy, stays alive, gets the treatment they need, and take care of someone like Chrissy, who was frantic in the ER. So I tell you about my friend Chrissy because of a practical nurse, her daughter is alive today. Because of a practical nurse and a registered nurse in that ER, that little girl grew up. She got to grow up. And today, that little girl is paying those things back in the medical profession. Because my friend Chrissy and her children had to get really comfortable with walking into an ER. They had to get really comfortable learning that being airlifted in a helicopter, you were in great hands because there were very skilled nurses on board that helicopter. So my friend Christy has her own story. And my students, I know that you know her because she has been around for a while. And you see her often. You may not know who she is. But do you know who my friend Chrissy is? Any idea who she is? My friend Chrissy is me. That's my story. So I use the name of Chrissy because that is my mama's name. But Chrissy is actually Kelly. And because of nurses like you, my daughter is alive. Because of medical professionals like these people behind me, my children got exceptional care. I was a single mom in a rural town trying to do it all on my own. And if I can do it, you can do it. And you can do it 10 times better than I ever did it. So I applaud you for getting through this magnificent year together. Parents and family out there, you'll know, I got to know all of these fine folks, with the exception of one over here. I got to know the vast majority, seeing them around campus and other things, and then I would see this one around campus and think, oh my goodness. I did my visit to Blount Memorial and I think, he's in the room with a bunch of ladies. Wow, what a guy. But nonetheless, all jokes aside, I just want you to know how proud I am that you are TCAT Knoxville and you are representing the very best of our allied health programs. So thank you and congratulations. And please do stick around. You can have photo ops, family and friends hang out as long as you like, and enjoy your time. But I am going to ask you one day to come back and teach for us. So just count on it. Fair enough? All right. Congratulations.